Ever get the feeling that junk mail is an incurable disease and you've got it? Ever think they could save a whole forest if they just stopped delivering junk mail to you for 1 year? Ever think David Suzuki should do a show from your mailbox on saving the environment? What is junk mail anyway?
Anything that's not addressed to myself, flyers, coupons, those little value packs they give you with coupons in them, I just throw them in the garbage.
Oh, you're gonna win. You've won this $1 million, the sweepstakes. That's junk mail.
Anything that comes to my mailbox not addressed to me.
You get on a mailing list and you get all this garbage from all over the world that you don't want, and you never asked for it, and it goes straight into the garbage.
Well, you get the general idea. People classify junk mail into addressed and unaddressed. Let's take addressed first. How do we get on those mailing lists?
The first source of information is Statistics Canada data that we are able to get.
That's John Gustafson. He's president of the Canadian Direct Marketing Association, headquartered in Toronto.
But Statistics Canada can provide very valuable demographic data on a neighborhood basis, right down to postal codes. So, for instance, we know average income in a neighborhood, or the number of children in a neighborhood, average number of children, the average age, and that can be very useful to target a market. Then on top of that, we have records of business transactions. You subscribe to something or do business with somebody, and we have an idea of your interests as a result.
Most of the addressed mail you get comes from companies that belong to the Canadian Direct Marketing Association. They display this symbol, which means they are supposed to adhere to a code of ethics. But the code does not prevent the transfer, rental, or sale of your name to others who wish to exploit your interests and buying power. Well, that raises a very fundamental question. If you do business with someone, does that give him the right to trade and sell your name? Well, at the moment, yes. There's no law against it.
On the other hand, if we simply ban those transfers of those lists completely, you would kill an industry that last year employed 200,000 Canadians and sold over $7.3 billion in goods and services.
Well, now, we wouldn't want to do that, would we? But for those of you who dislike receiving junk mail or dislike having their name peddled around to others, there is an answer.
If a consumer doesn't want their name used after that initial transaction, they can send us a letter to our national office, and we put that name on a computer program. The various members of our association, which includes the major banks, the major publishers like Maclean Hunter and Reader's Digest, American Express, the major catalogs, the major companies in direct marketing, they've all agreed to take those names off their mailing lists. But our follow-up surveys indicate that you'll lose about 80% of your addressed ad mail, advertising or marketing mail, over 3 to 6 months following.
There are 45,000 names on that list, and if you want to be one of them, send them a letter asking to remove your name from their computer files. We'll review those addresses later. Now, what about unaddressed junk mail? Well, there is a Calgary man who has become notorious in dealing with junk mail. He is Peter E. Scott, just a fella who got fed up.
What I do is I take my junk mail, I readdress it to Mr. Harvey Andre, care of Parliament Buildings, Ottawa, Ontario, and I write a nice little note which says, "Dear sir, would you please dispose of this junk mail in an environmentally friendly manner? Yours truly, Peter E. Scott." Place it in the mailbox, and of course, by law, the post office has to deliver the mail, so hopefully it gets to his office and he gets the message that it's not appreciated.
Now remember, you can do the same thing, and because it's going to a member of Parliament, it doesn't require any postage. Now, what does Peter Scott hope to achieve with this campaign?